The Winter Olympics, they have something to say. They want their pizza and their pierogies, and they're going to get what they say. They really want their Olympic food. I have heard that the Olympics is quite the thing. It's a money-making industry, and it's almost obscene. Yes, you know that they had rules keeping professionals away, keeping just amateurs playing. Yes, they play. So, what do they do? What do they do about that? They want money. Yes, that is that. So they make their deals. A manifestation of politics, you know. A manifestation of business, that's for show. I think they might like to throw a snowball. Why is there no Olympic snowballs? I suppose you'd have to measure the weight and throw just the weight. Measure the weight and pelt your neighbor. Politics, they just get in the way. Don't they remember the original Olympics? They would have them instead of war, but they don't seem to care. There's no money if you care. In the wintertime, that's when Santa's out. He goes around on a Santacrawl. In the wintertime, oh yes, the wintertime, Santa Claus goes on a crawl. Yes, you think that he works so hard, you forget that when Christmas is done, he needs a rest, and so he goes on his Santa crawl. So he goes and has a ball. So he goes on his Santa crawl, drinking and wallowing in his fun, drinking and drinking until he's done. I know you thought he did not do that. You thought he would not ever snap He just needs a break, and he does not like sunshine. It's too bright, so he goes out at night. That's the true reason, it's all in that one night. He just hates the sun. So when he's done, he needs a rest, and he sure as Santa Claus doesn't want the beach. He goes out for a Santacrawl, eating candy and alcohol. He goes out for a Santacrawl, dipping his cookies. Sometimes I've heard that when he hits the bars, he brings merry, jolly, good fun. Sometimes I've heard when he goes to the bars, he brings his work with him. When Santa Claus brings his work, he brings little machines. When Santa Claus brings his work, he makes us all not so happy. He likes to smash his little hammers on little pieces of old cookies. He likes to bring his little hammers and smash on broken toys. I think I've heard him do that here. I think I've heard him dipping in his beer. I think I've heard him say, ho, ho, ho. I think I've heard him say, oh, oh, no. Christmas time, it will be here too soon. I need something green for my room. I think I would like to wear something less cheery. I've heard when he goes out to bars, he likes to wear darker clothes, but he's not really super dark. He's trying to blend in. That's why I've heard he started wearing red. He was just trying to blend in. That's what the bishops were wearing at the time, so he wanted to look like them. But it's not like that anymore, at least for many places no more. It's really pretty flexible, but they still don't like when you're naked. I have not heard that he goes out naked, but I thought I'd mention it still. So when you see Santa Claus sitting in the bar and drinking a log and smashing little toys with tiny hammers and drinking really crazy alcohol, then you might just remember that even he needs break. The wintertime treat today is a snowman made of hay. The Special treat today is something I might eat. Have you ever eaten a snowman made out of hay? Have you ever eaten something more like human food? You can call it hay if you must. You can call it snow, but I've heard it called other things, you know. It's really fun for the kids to say, "This is my snowman, hey, 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 hey." I have heard that it's fun to say, "My snowman likes to kill." My snowman kills the fleshy, fleshy men. My snowman likes to kill. Anti-environmentalist, my snowman likes to kill the pro-oil individuals. My snowman wants to kill the people actively melting the ice in the Arctics and leaving the polar bears to scream. My snowman wants to kill the cola industry. My snowman wants to kill so much, you agree. But you don't think it's real, you just think it's fake. But I put electronics in that snowman there. I have heard that you just think it's fake, so please look the other way today. You don't need to see him play. If the snowmen succeed in restoring the environment, if they succeed in destroying the oil industry, what will you do with all of those oil-based toys? What will you do with the candle that you light? Made from petroleum, made from petroleum. You should really only burn it with a window open. You should not inhale the stuff that flies up from it. It's really quite toxic. You don't know where it's been. So when they come destroying the oil industry, so when they come stripping clothes from you and me, not the cotton ones, oh no, not those, but all that polyester, yes, it must go, go, go. They won't leave those clothes. They won't leave those clothes. So my snowman They will march, well, not march, but they will triumphantly destroy the oil industry, perhaps slicing it off at the knees. They don't care, they don't, you just see. They don't care, no, not much even for me. If I were employed, I'd fear for my life if that employer just loved the oil industry. The wintertime of the oil industry, it looks like we see today. The wintertime of the oil industry, they are pretending that spring will come, but it won't come for the oil industry. No, it won't. They would have more luck with nuclear. But I think you might like to do something quite right. You might like to sing a song. You might like to sing one wrong. It's the Olympics of songwriting. It's the Olympics of songwriting today. It's the Olympics, I have it in writing. The Olympics of songwriting. The Olympics of songwriting. And we will have contests, we will, don't you see? It's the Olympics of songwriting. It's the Olympics for you and for me. We don't need sport, we don't need sport. We have something better, we have songs and we'll make more. We don't need sport, we don't need sport. It's the Olympics of songwriting. Some people, they need to push, pushing out a song as fast as they can. Others take a different approach. Others take a different approach and play a different game, even if still on the track, singing songs like albums until they want to smack. Which approach will you pick? Which approach do you choose? Have you thought you might like some prose you can use? I'm not talking professionals, I'm talking some prose from books. I'm not talking professionals, it's books where you should look. I would like some prose today, I would like some prose. Stick it in my songs and I'll get all the hoes. Stick it in the songs and I'll get rakes as well. We will tend the fields and the fields will be well. We'll sing songs while we farm and it will be well. I think I might like to sing while I'm driving the carriage through the field. We must collect the food for the yield. We will sing our songs, throw the food right in there. We will sing our songs, watch a groundhog beware. We will tend the field, get the poison for that beast. I know you're vegan, but that beast, it must not leave. That beast must die to protect our food. It here, that beast must die so we can then have beer. That beast must die. Please do not fear. I know that you might like to do something that's not killing groundhogs, that's not killing groundhogs. I know that you might like to do something, so we'll sing songs and we can sing them long. We'll sing a story about how that groundhog must, yes, yes, die, and it won't be long. We'll sing that song as the professionals go out in the field and take care of it. Go out in the field and tear it to bits. Sometimes I want to say, hey, that groundhog has a day. Yes, that groundhog has a day. We don't care what they say. That groundhog there, it just has a day. That groundhog there, it must, yes, stay. Way over there where it's safe to play. Way over there, keep it away. I know you might like to play with a rat, but groundhogs, they are not like that. They will bite and steal your toys from you, at least if your toy is fuzzy, or maybe it's a shoe. Why do they want that shoe? I have not asked them. They will probably not reply, so I have not asked them. But what if they wanted to make something cool, like a giant mechanical person that could really rule? They might climb into it, a mechanical person. It might transform into a huge groundhog. They would smash our cities and we'd be stuck in living in logs. They'd smash our cities. I hope it takes long, but if you see a groundhog in a spacesuit, yes, if you see A groundhog, please don't be rude. He wants to destroy us. I think he has powers. There might be a team of them. He probably has powers. So I think I'll be more careful. I'll be far more careful. He probably wants to save his people today. What would you do? What would you say? I sometimes say something really cool that kind of hurts my brain. I sometimes say, hey look, it's on TV. Hey look, they're so happy. It's the Olympics. It's the Olympics. And then I rest my head on my hands because my head, it hurts. My head feels just like the land. It's the Olympics. It's the Olympics, and it makes my head hurt. All the same, it really makes my head hurt. I don't know what's to blame, so I'll just go and lay down for a bit. The anti-Olympics starts with my head and goes on to my bed. The Olympics, it just makes me hurt. Ruining cities, just look at them twerk. They don't look like they're unhappy, oh no. But that's because they keep those people away. The undesirables, they just keep them away. Please don't look at our poor, that's what they're trying to say. Please just stay over there, that's what they all say. So I don't watch the Olympics, it's kind of spoiled. Everything they just go on. Oh yes, you must know they won't stop. There's too much money, you know. It's the Olympics. It's the Olympics. So I'll just hide my head and I will just stay in bed. So I'll just hide my head. That will be much better. In the wintertime of the Olympics, they would not like you to know these things. They might be trying to hide that it's the winter time of the Olympics. Please pay me no mind. I'm not really talking, that's what I'm saying. I am not really talking, it's going straight to your brain. I am mentally projecting, yes, all these things. I do not want to be stopped. by the Olympics lizard ring. It's the Olympics. It's the Olympics. I would not talk badly about that. But you know the lizard people. Yes, you know the lizard people. They don't like the Olympics. Not those lizard people. They just like the green it brings. They just like the money it seems. They don't do many things. They just keep all their money. They don't need many things, so they sit on their money. It is not really funny. It's just lizard people doing their best to organize Olympic activities. That's how some might unwind this story that I say. It might be time for me to say I don't like the Olympics. But those lizard people, you know, they like to watch the good show. I heard that once a politician put his head on an Olympic pin. That's just how they do it there. That's just how they like to play as bears. That's just what they're doing there when they're combing their hair. If you saw a bear on a pin, a hairless bear sitting on a pin, would you wear that pin or would you help him? I might like to help that good bear, especially if he had no hair. I have heard some disease robs them of their hairs that they please, like to wear on their bodies. It does keep them in glee. It keeps them in glee, wearing hairs on bodies. So if they have disease, robbing them of this their glee, what do you think that they'd be? Would you think they'd come at me, stealing my good hair, the one I keep at my knees, stealing my good hair? I hope they don't steal three. I have so many good hairs. Yes, that is true. I keep them in good vats, growing hairs. Yes, you know. I like to grow vats of hair. I like to grow them quite well. I sell them on the internet, you know. I don't like to wear sheep clothes. I prefer to grow my own. I just grow the hair and I make the clothes later. I don't grow vats of clothes. I just grow vats of hair. What would you do with hair if you had a bushel of it? Do you know how to spin, spin, spin? What would you do if you had a bushel of hair? I hope that for you it would not be sin. There are certain countries that do not like human hair to be woven into clothing, or perhaps art there. I don't know why it's like that, but you should beware. This is to say, I think I'm an animal. This is to say, I think I have animal hair. I know not many animals, they do not really grow hair. I know many animals use fur, and you should beware. But we grow hair, and we're not the only ones. Yes, we grow hair, and it is really kind of fun. So I grow hair, you know, in vats and on my head for show. Yes, you know, I grow hair, you know, in vats and sometimes my head, and sometimes in bats instead. They hang from the ceiling. Yes, they're not dead, they're just bats growing my hair. I use them instead of vats, I swear. So now you know about my bats with my good hair. Is that hair really human, or is it bat-made underwear? Yes, I'm wearing hair made into underwear. Yes, I made my hair into that, I swear. But I only use the hair I grew from those bats way over there. I know that it's my hair, but it's from bats, I swear. So can I take it to countries that don't like human hair? I know I'd wear it under my clothing, I swear. Would they like that? Do you know? Or would they take me away? Would they like that? Do you know? Or would I need to stay? It's just hair made into underwear, I swear. I did not have lycra or something else, you know. If songwriting were like an exercise, an exercise of my mind. If songwriting were like an exercise, which one would it be when I clear my mind? Which one would it be as I unwind? What exercise would it be? What exercise do you agree? I think songwriting's like something like throwing javelins. I think songwriting's like something where you swim. What do you think it might be like? What do you think it would be like? What do you think it might be like? Should we add this sport to the show? What do you think it might be like? I promise not to be slow. It's just some songwriting, and you might quite like it, I swear. It's just some songwriting, you should not beware. Sometimes while you're songwriting, you need to add your something too. Sometimes when you're songwriting, your computer looks quite blue. You should plug it in, I know. You should plug it in for show. You should plug it in, I know. So that's what I did, so no, I would not like you to go. You don't need to go, oh no. You can stay here a while, 'cause I'm plugged in quite now. You can stay here a while, we'll sit by that cow. Because while I'm killing groundhogs, I'm giving hugs to the pretty cows. Because while I am killing hedgehogs, cows they make me feel wow. So now you know, so now you know. Hog a chicken, you now go. They make really good pets, but not the groundhogs. At the end of this good story, what do you think of it today? Was it good enough to feed me hay? I don't really want hay unless it's spun into gold. I don't really want hay, and I don't want that child to be sold. Please don't sell children to spin hay into good gold. Please don't spend children while you spin your gold. But you know that everything has an end. If you knew that child would not really live that long, then I suppose you could spend them to spin some gold. If you knew that child would not last long, perhaps they had a congenital disease. Then I suppose that selling them to a magic creature like something cow, selling them to a creature might really be just how you could save that child. I suppose you could save that child. That magic creature might just know how, and you'd still get gold. That would truly be a wow. You'd get gold, and your child could still be alive now. Some songs they are quite sad, and some songs they are quite long. Singing songs of selling children is not something I've seen that much. Singing songs of eating politicians, that's something I've seen quite more. So now you know, so now you know. Sell those politicians to get that spun gold. Sell those politicians, I know the price is probably low. You could probably sell 100, that's what I think. You could probably sell 100 and get some good spun gold. I don't know what he'd do with them, and I don't really care.